Hi TGC Fam, welcome back to Tall Girl Chronicles. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about my shoe size. Now, I know in my video about 20 questions that tall people always get asked, I mentioned that my shoe size is a touchy subject for me. Guys, I'm very uncomfortable about the size of my feet. Over the years, I've gotten more and more used to it, but it's still an area of discomfort for me when people ask the question. I'm comfortable wearing any shoe right now. You can't tell me nothing when I wear my shoes, but it's just when I get asked the question, I just get weirded out about giving the answer. But y'all are gonna find out today. However, y'all are not gonna find out so easy. I'm gonna have to take you guys through a timeline of my shoe struggles before y'all will find out what my shoe size is. So if you guys want to know what my shoe size is and how I got comfortable with wearing shoes in general and the struggles that I went through, please stay tuned. Before you go any further, guys, please ensure that you hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on, and of course follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Come on, guys. So guys, it's not going to be all struggles in terms of what I went through with my feet, but I'm going to give you like a list of disadvantages and advantages of me having big feet throughout my life so far. So I'm going to be honest, I have more disadvantages than advantages, but it is what it is. I'm just going to give it to y'all. So my biggest disadvantage is just that I'm not able to get shoes, cute shoes that is, like everybody else. I mean, I see females in their cute little sandals of all different colors, and I see them in their cute tennis shoes in the pinks and whatever the girly colors are, because I don't even know at this point because I'm never able to get them. I'm never able to get that experience like other people. I can't tell you if I've ever owned a pink shoe in my life. I'm sorry. But granted, who wants to wear pink on big feet? I don't know, but that's just one of the major disadvantages. Even for my first job in a office environment, I couldn't find stilettos. Everybody was walking in the nice pointy stilettos, and that was the most struggle that I ever had to find shoes for the office. Like, it was so, I'm pretty sure I've cried about it multiple times in the background, just trying to find shoes, one in the Caribbean and trying to find it online and get it here. So back in the day, that was a struggle for me, still is, but I'm not so like what I have. I'm happy with I'm thankful to even have a shoe on my foot right now, so it doesn't bother me as much. But that was one of my biggest disadvantages, especially during childhood when all the little kids are wearing the cute nice shoes and the shoes that light up and stuff, and my big feet just over here in some old plain black brown color. The second struggle of having big feet is that people always make their eyes, they make their way down to your feet. Like, you'll be having a conversation, or maybe they're walking away from you or walking towards you, and somehow their eyes just end up, you know how men's eyes end up in this area, where everybody else's eyes, when it comes to tall people, somehow end up to the hands and the feet. And it's very awkward. And then as soon as they look down, they're like, so what size shoe do you wear? And that's where it just goes downhill for the conversation for me. I'm over it. I want no part of this conversation. Why are you talking to me now? Why? One of my biggest frustrations was people who had size 9, 10, 11 feet complaining about not finding shoes. Sis, do you know how many stores I've been in and I've seen size 11 shoes that I wish I could squeeze my foot into? Like, y'all got options. How can you be out here complaining and y'all got options? Get you a size 14, 15 feet and see if you're gonna complain about your 9, 10, and 11. Listen, if I was a 9, 10, 11, y'all could not talk to me. I'm sorry, y'all could not talk to me. 9, 10, or 11 foot, listen. I just be wearing shoes at home for no reason. One thing about shopping in a store, I just don't do it unless I know that store provides like sizes for my feet. I just don't go into stores. Like, when I'm going out shopping, if I'm going out shopping with other people and they're going into a store and they're like, oh, look at this shoe, and it's always this thing like, oh, look, they have size 11, because everybody just assumes a big foot is a size 11 foot and that's it. And I'd be like, no, I don't wear that size, but it's okay, you go ahead, browse, I'll just be over here on my phone scrolling. Like, it's so annoying. So I just don't go into store, especially if I'm by myself. I would never just go into a store. As long as I know they don't sell my size, I just don't go into the store. Now, sometimes you may go into a store and there may be just one size shoe just there waiting for you because God wanted you to walk into that store. But otherwise, it's not something that I do very often because I already know what the fate is. It's not gonna be there, okay? Especially like if I'm traveling to America, in certain states you'll find a wide variety of shoes, and then in other states you don't find anything. For me, I found that having big feet has definitely caused me sadness, depression, frustration. Like when you're trying to find a shoe and you can't, it's so frustrating, especially if you need it for a job. If it's just something casual, then fine, there's a level of frustration, but it's really sad when you're trying to find something for a job and you just can't find the shoe. Shoes and clothes alike, but shoes, major frustration, because you can't just pop into your job wearing anything, just depending on where you're working. But I mean, it's so frustrating, and so I know I've cried about my feet many times, both as a child and as an adult. Like, it's frustrating, very frustrating. And I know some other tall people have become depressed about it. I've not gotten to the point of depression about my feet, but I definitely will say I've been sad and frustrated. Those two emotions, oh my gosh. These feet, I'm not so bad now because I've found a lot of stores that I'm able to get shoes from now, and a lot is a small amount for you, but it's a lot for me. Now let's talk about it. Having big feet and wearing kitten heels. Why is it that every shoe store that you go on to, they're kitten heels for people with big feet? Nothing looks worse than a big foot in a kitten heel shoe. I mean, come on, who even... Listen, I'm mad. I'm mad about it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why is it that and they're always ugly, some old granny looking shoe with a kitten heel? Like, sis, where am I going with that? Where? Anyways, for me, I have to wear heels that are 3.5 inches or higher. I will not be doing it's either flat, like flat to the ground, or I gotta be 3 inches or higher, because kitten heels is just not it. We're not doing it in 2020, we weren't doing it in 2010, and we weren't doing it in 1999, okay? It doesn't look good on a big foot. Stop selling them. So with having big feet, you can't wear certain colors, like bright colors I've found, like at least, not so much now, but in the past, bright colors I've found just... Like, if I put a yellow shoe on my foot, I mean, I'm already giving off Big Bird vibes. I don't want to then add that to my foot, you know what I'm saying? So it's a no for me with the bright colors. Just colors on big feet, just don't. Like, I can wear some white tennis shoes, but they have to be the type of shoe that it is. It has to be sleek. It can't be a bulky shoe, like those bulky Balenciagas and all those. Never going on my feet. I don't care how cute they is, how much the rich people say you need to have it. I ain't gonna have it. I don't want it. Not on these big feet. I have this guilty pleasure in, or this sense of satisfaction when somebody who is shorter than me has a bigger foot than me. Like, anytime I hear that, there's a whole party going on in my head. The drinks popping and things I won't be doing in real life is going on in my head, how I'm excited that a person has a bigger foot than I do. And I know it's bad, but it just feels so good. Like, I get excited when I see somebody taller than me. I get excited when people have bigger feet than me. I get excited when people have bigger hands than me, who are shorter than me, I should say. So I just have this sense of satisfaction. So if you've ever told me ever in life that your foot is bigger or as big as mine, or at least above 11, and you're shorter than me, I'm sorry, whole party going on up in here. Just letting you know. I'm sorry, but I'm just letting you know. I've definitely squeezed my foot into smaller shoe sizes. Don't do it, y'all. Do not do it. It probably made my foot grow bigger. No, but listen, when I was in high school, I'm sorry, that phase, high school is a phase when you just want to be cool and have the intent. I remember my brother had a shoe. Now, because my feet are so big, I could wear shoes that my brother, the same size as my brother. Well, not at that time, but a few months before that, we were the same size. So there was this shoe that was going around. I don't even remember what brand the shoe was, and it was like this light blue shoe. Now, light blue on my big feet, I don't even know what I was doing, but I remember I wore that shoe to school, and it was like mud day at school, so you got to wear your own clothes, and I thought I was popping, but inside the corns were popping in my shoe. Like, oh my god. I remember I was in so much pain. I remember sitting down in the classroom at the desk and just kind of sliding my feet out of the shoe slightly just so that I could get a relief. It's the worst thing ever, guys. Please do not do it. Maybe some sandals, and even with sandals, nobody wants their toes and their heels hanging over shoes, so just don't do it. It's not cute and it hurts, and I'm pretty sure it makes your feet bigger in my mind. I don't know. I feel like if I didn't do that, I'd at least be one shoe size smaller right now. Don't do it, y'all. Let's talk about packing, traveling, luggage, and my shoes. Listen, when you put my shoes in luggage, they take up the entire half of luggage. I'm sorry. I don't know about other people throwing 50, 60. Like, I have to literally plan, okay, I'm gonna wear this shoe today with that, or I have to plan how I can wear one shoe with multiple outfits, because it takes up space in a bag. I'm sorry, but it's too much. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, because then I feel like I'm never able to walk with enough clothes, because I have to ensure that I make space for shoes, or I can't walk with a lot of shoes because I have to make sure one particular shoe or two shoes match all my outfits, and it kind of limits me. It's the worst thing, y'all. Like, me packing a carry-on bag to go anywhere is not like a real thing unless I'm maybe going for 2 days. That's about it. But to pack a carry-on bag to go anywhere, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. And it's one of the most annoying things, because I love to travel, but I don't always want to pay for luggage. But then I got big feet. What am I supposed to do? Let's talk about socks. Female socks in particular. Why is it, okay, fine, the majority of stores can't make shoes for us for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm gonna do more research on it. But why you can't make socks? Socks is just material. You can add a little extra piece on that sock so us big feet girls can wear the cute pinks and blues inside our shoes. You can't give us that at least? I mean, come on now. It's just material. You can make some extra long socks just for us girls so that we can have the cute anklets with the pink on the heels. I mean, granted, ain't nobody seen our socks inside shoes, but still, I just wish I could get a cute sock. And it just always, I mean, when you get an ankle sock, the regular size ankle sock, it just rests right on your heel. You wear your shoes 2 times, it just slide all the way down. Y'all, I don't like y'all. Socks producers, I don't like y'all. But I just wear men's socks in place of it, whatever. So you're gonna get a pedicure, you're getting out the tub, they slide your foot into that nice foam shoe, but the foam shoe is only reaching half of your foot. Who made the foam shoes? I don't even think those fit normal sized people's feet. I mean, really? Who came up with those foam shoes? They should at least have 2 options, small and large, or maybe small, medium, large, depending. You know, who made the shoes? So just like how I was telling you guys that people like to compare their hands to mine, the same happens with feet. When people look down and see the size of your feet, after they ask you what size your feet are, then they want to put their foot next to yours to see the difference. Sis, I done told you this foot was 102 size. I mean, why you still need to put your foot next to mine? Tell me why. What's the satisfaction? Why? Nothing? Okay, I didn't think so. There's no point in doing that. Stop. I don't know if other tall people had this struggle, but I know, at least for me, when skinny jeans came back in, because I knew they were in before my generation at some point, but when they came back in, it was a struggle to get these feet into the skinny jeans. I mean, what was happening? Why did the ankles have to be so small? Well, I'm telling you, legit struggle. Like, the whole jean just couldn't fit because you couldn't get it over your foot. And then even if you get it over your foot, then to take it off is a whole nother journey. I mean, things are a lot better now, but initially, I didn't know if I was gonna be in skinny jeans, y'all. I didn't know. So maybe this happens to all people in general. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But I feel like I hit my foot in everything. Like my toes make no sense. My toenails don't even exist anymore because they just get hit in everything, and they just be popping off for no reason now. Why is it that you hit your foot in everything when you're tall? I want to know. I want to genuinely know if it's just a tall people thing or if everybody's hitting their foot in things, because it's not fun. My toenails are struggling because of it. I mean, they don't look bad. I try my best to make them look as toenaily as possible, but they be struggling sometimes because I hit my feet so much and I get my feet mashed so much on top of that in a crowd. Oh my god, I just can never have a proper toenail. I haven't had a good toenail for about, I would say, at least 5 years. I haven't. Every time it grows back, somebody mash me, it mash up again. Why? You hit your toe, people mash you. What is that? Why? Just let me know, the average height people, is this happening to you or not? Because it's happening to tall people. This is a very minuscule disadvantage, but my foot can never really fit on a step. Like, a step is never really wide enough for my foot, for the length of my foot. Just saying. I know this is not a major thing. I can just go on steps on my tippy toes, but I mean, when I get old, how am I gonna balance on steps? Like, where am I gonna get my balance? So I'm just gonna have to make sure I'm always holding on. Like, I can't I can never comfortably just walk up a step without holding on to the railing because I may fall back. What's that about? Like my biggest fear is being pregnant and falling down a step. I kid you not. I don't know. Tall people tell me what you're doing out there because the balance over here is not the best. It's not the best, guys. So I have a confession, guys. So at one point in my life when I had major frustrations about my feet, I would go on celebrities' websites, so celebrities that I knew that they were tall, and I would send them messages and ask them where they got shoes from. I mean, it's very weird to think about it now, but I was just going through a stage when I just could not find a shoe, and I was just so sad about it, and maybe I was depressed, y'all, come to think of it. I said I wasn't earlier, but maybe I was. But none of them ever responded, so whatever, I figured it out on my own. But upon reflection, I probably should have maybe messaged drag queens, but I didn't know about drag queens then. I know about them now, but I didn't know about drag queens then, so maybe I should have messaged drag queens. They probably would have helped me out, but whatever. So I have met some taller people than me who have said that their shoe size is smaller than mine, and I don't understand why. Now I know they say that your shoe is made in proportion with your body, but I have seen people taller than me, thicker than me, have smaller feet than me. So somebody explain it to me, Jesus, because my balance is still off with these hell of a feet I got down here. So what's your excuse, Jesus? What's your excuse? I'm sorry, but I get so annoyed when a person taller than me has a smaller foot than me. Like, how is that even possible? How is that even fair? So a lot of times in my life, at least for tennis shoes, I've had to buy men's shoes, which is not really a bad thing because most times now, at least in recent years, men have cute shoes these years. But back in the day, yeah, I remember when I was in primary school, my mom bought me some New Balance. I'm gonna put the New Balance on the screen so y'all can see what my foot was in. She bought me some New Balance shoes, and I cried. I did not want to go to school. The shoes were so hideous. I talked to her about it to this day. She was clearly punishing me. I don't know what I did, but she was clearly punishing me. These are the worst shoes you could ever put on a girl's foot. Oh my God. It's traumatizing just to think about. They were so horrible. They were so horrible, y'all. It's so bad. But yeah, these days, I mean, I have no problem buying men's shoes now. I am okay with the fact that I'm not gonna get pink shoes, purple tennis shoes, at least for working out purposes. That's okay, but I don't know. I'm still thinking about the New Balance shoes. Nothing wrong with New Balance, but listen, to this day, I will not be wearing a New Balance shoe. I'm sorry. I won't do it. These days, I find a lot of men's shoes now have become a little bit more feminine. So these days, something like I went into either Ross, TJ Maxx, or Marshall, some one of them, and I found a peach and blue tennis shoe in the men's section. Lord, I snatched that shoe up so quick. Like, there are a lot of more colorful shoes in the men's section now. So as I'm getting older, things are getting better. I feel like I drive fast because I have big feet. No, I'm not driving fast like on a track, drag racing type of fast, but I feel like I have to go a little bit faster because my feet are a little bit longer. They have to be rested, you know, relaxed in a certain way on the pedal. I can't drive with my foot. You know, when you're in slow traffic and you just kind of moving 2 miles an hour, like I can't drive like that. It hurts me so bad. Like I can't be at a stoplight with my foot on the gas pedal. I always have to pull up my brakes and take my foot off the pedal. I have major issues driving, but when people are going slow and trickling in traffic, oh, it's deadly. The ankles just pain non-stop. Now my last and final thing, which is a disadvantage, I would say, because it's money coming out of my pockets. But money is no object when it comes to shoes for myself. Like, I would spend a good enough penny. I mean, I have a limit, I have a cap, yes, but I may spend a lot more on shoes than a normal person would, just because if I need it, and if I can't find it anywhere, I just have to buy it. Like, I really have no choice, especially if it's something I need, especially when it comes to work. Those are things that I need. So yeah, they can get tall people money, which is sad. There's some stores that have nice shoes, but they're like $200 and odd US dollars or 200 and odd pounds or euros, and I'm just like, bruh, Who paid for that? Not me, but I got a cap, don't try it. So now guys, we're gonna tackle some of the advantages of having big feet. I mean, I almost just went through about 20 something disadvantages. It's about 5 advantages. Don't judge me. It just, at least I'm giving you advantages. Positive. Huh? So if you have big feet, they work great for swimming. Granted, I wouldn't know anything about that because I can't swim, but this is what the people with big feet say. They work great as fins. Yeah? Big feet are great for running track. Now, I did try and run track in high school, but it didn't quite work out. And that's actually one of my biggest regrets. I know they say you shouldn't have regrets, but I definitely regret not running track in school. That's definitely something that I wished I had taken more seriously and put more effort into. But the first time I went to run track, I was throwing up. I was like, this ain't for me. One advantage of having big feet is, at least this is to me, I don't know if this is a real thing, but I look forward to me getting older and getting smaller feet. But I mean, I guess when you get older, you don't even care what shoe is on your foot. But I was looking forward to that. I still am. I thought it would have happened by now. I'm gonna give it another 5 years and see, but hopefully they shrink and I can capitalize on at least 5 to 10 good years of shoes before I get too old, and I would just wear the little granny shoes, little, nice little comfortable. They're comfortable now. The granny shoes are comfortable, but they just ain't cute. I tried them. One advantage for me specifically is that I don't have wide feet. So me buying shoes, thank you Jesus. You know what? You really gotta say thanks for the things that are advantages. Even though something is a disadvantage, you have to find the positive in it. And the positive out of my big feet is that they're not wide. Because if these bad boys were wide, y'all, I don't know what I'd be doing. I don't know. So one advantage of having big feet, and this is not an advantage for me, but there are people out there with foot fetish, feet fetish, however you refer to it as, and there's somebody watching this video right now who's getting the time of their life out of this whole video. But you freaky. Y'all are the only people really that big feet are benefiting, isn't it? It's not me. It's surely not me. But you're welcome. One advantage now, I would say, as I've gotten older, is being able to buy shoes online. I've gotten comfortable with certain stores that I know once I buy a shoe, or certain brands, once I buy a shoe, I know it's going to be able to fit. So back in the day when online shopping was not a thing and bringing things into the Caribbean was not a thing like that, it was strugglebus.com, because you were limited here, and unless you traveled, you wouldn't be able to get anything. So I'm very, very thankful to be able to shop online and get the things that I need now. So one advantage, at least about going into stores where you can get shoes, is that when you go into your section, nobody in that section, because it's limited. Limited people have big feet, so you never find anybody in that section. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And when I do see people in the section, I be getting attitude. I'm just like, why are you here? You're gonna well know your foot not that big. As I look down, it don't look like you're supposed to be in this size. Why are you over here perusing on our shoes? Get out. Like, I get an attitude. But I just enjoy the fact that there's never anyone in that section. And if they are somebody who genuinely has a big foot as I am, then we start up a conversation about shoes and where we get shoes and how we can't have shoes, and it's a whole vent session. But usually there's no one in that section. And then the final advantage, which I think is the best one, is nobody ever borrows your shoes. Like, I don't have any siblings who are as tall as me. So, and I don't have any family member who has big feet like me or as tall as me and things like that. So not even my parents. My mom actually has a smaller foot than I do. So nobody ever borrows my shoes. However, I can't borrow anybody's shoes. But are we really borrowing shoes? Is that a thing? I don't even know if I would want to borrow shoes if I had a smaller foot, but whatever. Nobody borrows my shoes, and I'm just thankful for that. So guys, it's finally time for me to share what my shoe size is. Y'all see how I just took almost 20 minutes to beat around the bush of my shoe size? I tell y'all, it's an uncomfortable subject, and I had to put y'all through that because I need y'all to know how uncomfortable of a subject it is. But anyway, finally, my shoe size is size. I'm not gonna tell you. You have to go and watch in another video. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, y'all. Some shoe fetish person out there is so mad at me right now, but y'all, my shoe size is size 13, okay? Women's size 13, and also men's 11 and a half, 11 and a half, depending on the shoe. So there you have it, guys. I feel like I should be getting an applause or something. Like, this is a big deal for me to be telling you my shoe size, y'all. Y'all don't even know. Let's not talk about it ever again. So there you have it, guys. That's my shoe size. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This one was a bit difficult for me to do, but I had to do it the way that I did in order to get to the shoe size and telling you guys what it is. Guys, if you like this video, please ensure that you like it, share it, subscribe, and turn your post notifications on so that you can get a notification every time I post a video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook as well. Bye, TGC Fam.